Welcome. Today we will see series mechanical elements, parallel mechanical elements, grounded chair representation, and problem based on that. Up till now we have seen basic mechanical elements, basic electrical elements, series and parallel electric laws, and we have seen problems based on series and parallel electric circuit. Therefore, today we will see series mechanical element, parallel mechanical element, and grounded chair representation. Now, series mechanical elements. Now, this is the diagram of series mechanical elements, in which on the mass M force F is acting and mass M is supported by two springs K1 K2 and two dampers B1 B2, and when force F is applied, all these elements, that is two springs, dampers and mass M, are going to move in the downward direction. It is indicated by coordinate x. Now in this diagram there are two coordinates, x coordinate and ground. Always remember, ground is also one coordinate. Now we can replace this diagram by another diagram. How we have to replace? Just to see, this is the diagram B. It is same as that of the diagram A, but what we have done, how to construct this diagram? First of all, draw a horizontal line, that is X line. Then draw a second horizontal line, that is ground line. Now from the diagram A, you are observing that spring K1 is connected to the coordinate X at one end and at the ground at the other end. Similarly, K2 is also connected to the X coordinate to the ground at the other end. Similarly, damper B1, one end is connected to X coordinate, other end is connected to the ground. Similarly, damper B2 connected to the X coordinate and connected to the ground. Therefore, once you will draw two horizontal lines, that is line, first horizontal line indicating coordinate X, second horizontal line indicating ground as the coordinate. Therefore, just you have to connect these two coordinates by these springs, that is you have to show like this: K1, K2, damper B1 and damper B2. And always remember, mass you have to show always it as grounded. Therefore, this mass M, we have to extend this X coordinate because mass M is connected to the X coordinate. We have to connect it to X coordinate, and other end of the mass we have to make it as grounded. And force F is acting at X coordinate, therefore we have to show force F here. Now from the diagram you may be considering that all the elements are in parallel, but sir is saying these are series mechanical elements. Friends, this subject, automatic control engineering, is from electrical engineering branch, and arrangement of such elements, such mechanical elements, is known as series mechanical elements. Therefore, a series arrangement of mechanical elements is shown in figure A. In general, it is better to use the equivalent grounded chair representation for a mass as shown in figure B rather than the more common representation of figure A. The fact that the mass is in series with the other elements is more readily seen from figure B than figure A. In determining the inertial force, the acceleration of a mass is always taken with respect to ground, thus providing the grounded chair to indicate motion relative to ground is more justifiable representation than figure A, which shows better the actual physical arrangement of the elements in the system. Now again we will see the force analysis, that is how much forces acting on the mass m, in the next slide. Now since this force F is acting in the downward direction, therefore next figure, that is free body diagram of the mass m. See this free body diagram of the mass m. This is mass m. A force F is acting in the downward direction. Therefore because of this force F acting in the downward direction, what will happen? Springs and dampers are getting compressed. Therefore spring force and damping force will act in upward direction. Therefore spring force K1 will act in upward direction. Spring force K2x will also act in upward direction. Damping force B1D into x will act in upward direction, and another damping force B2D into x will act in the upward direction. Now what is this md square x? What is this force? This force is also acting in upward direction, and this force is known as inertia force. Now how this inertia force came? We are knowing that because of this force F, mass is going to move in the downward direction. Therefore acceleration of mass will be in the downward direction, that is accelerating force will be in the downward direction. Now we are knowing that acceleration is equal to mass into acceleration, that is ma. And what is acceleration? Acceleration is equal to d2x upon dt square. Therefore that d2 upon dt square we have replaced it by d square, d raised to 2, d raised to 2, that is d square. Therefore accelerating force is also acting in the downward direction, and opposite to that we have to consider inertia force. Inertia force and accelerating force is always equal and opposite. Therefore inertia force is also acting in the upward direction, md square into x. Now this is the different forces acting on this mass m. Therefore considering the equilibrium of forces, which equation we can write? F is equal to k1x plus k2x plus b1d into x plus b2d into x plus md square x. Therefore this is the equilibrium force equation related to mass m. Therefore for series mechanical elements, the force F is equal to the summation of the forces acting on each individual components, and each element undergoes the same displacement. Therefore according to the statement, again same equation is there. Force F is equal to summation of the forces acting on each individual components, and each element undergoes the same displacement. Therefore F is equal to k1x plus k2x plus b1 dx plus b2 dx plus md square x. Now taking x common, where x is the displacement, therefore F is equal to k1 plus k2 plus b1d plus b2d plus md square into x, which is equal to zx. Therefore where x and f are measured from a convenient reference operating point, the equivalent impedance is, now z is known as equivalent impedance, therefore z is equal to k1 plus k2 plus b1d plus b2d plus md square. Therefore from this equation, that is z is equal to k1 plus k2 plus b1d plus b2d plus md square, you can say that for a mechanical elements in series, the total impedance is the sum of individual impedances of each element. That is z is equal to k1 is the impedance of spring k1, k2 is the impedance of spring k2, b1d is the impedance of damper b1, b2d is the impedance of damper b2, and md square is the impedance of mass m. Therefore total impedance is nothing but addition of impedances of all the elements. Therefore the block diagram representation for this system is shown in figure C. Therefore the block diagram is like this. How to read this block diagram? F into 1 upon Z is equal to X. Now next, parallel mechanical elements. Now this is the diagram of parallel mechanical elements. Again, question may be in your mind that these elements are looking in series, but sir is saying elements are in parallel. Friends, already I have told you that this subject is from electrical engineering branch. Therefore, such type of arrangement of mechanical elements is known as parallel mechanical elements. Now in these parallel mechanical elements, two springs are there, K1, K2, two dampers are there, B1, B2, and force F is acting at the top. Now for parallel mechanical elements, value of the force remains same for all the elements because this force passes through the all elements, but value of the deflection x or displacement x is different for different element. That is, value of x will be different for K1, will be different for K2, will be different for B1, and will be different for B2. Therefore, for parallel elements, the same force F is transmitted through each element. In addition, the total deflection x is seen to be the sum of the individual deflections of each element. Whatever I have told earlier, same case is here. Therefore, x is equal to F upon K1 plus F upon K2 plus F upon B1D plus F upon B2D. Therefore, we can write down this equation in terms of F and x. Therefore, F is equal to 1 divided by 1 upon K1 plus 1 upon K2 plus 1 upon B1D plus 1 upon B2D into x, which is equal to Zx. Therefore, the total impedance Z is given by Z is equal to 1 divided by 1 upon K1 plus 1 upon K2 plus 1 upon B1D plus 1 upon B2D. Therefore, from this equation, what you have understood that Z is equal to. Therefore, you can say that for mechanical elements in parallel, the total impedance is equal to 1 divided by the sum of the reciprocals of the individual impedances of each element. The block diagram representation is shown in figure. Therefore, how to read this block diagram? F into 1 upon Z is equal to X. Therefore, we have studied two laws now: series mechanical element and parallel mechanical element. In case of series mechanical element, you have to remember that total impedance is the sum of the impedances of all the elements, and in case of parallel mechanical element, total impedance is the 1 divided by summation of the reciprocals of the individual impedances of each element. Therefore, these two statements you have to remember because we are going to solve the problem based on this. Therefore, now consider this diagram. Spring K is there, mass M is there, and damper B is there. And in this diagram, three coordinates are there: x, y, and ground, and a force is passing through all these three elements. Therefore, you may be thinking that this mass M is in parallel with spring K and damper B. But it is not the case. For the mass M to be parallel with these elements, always remember mass M should be the last element. Mass M should be the last element. Here mass M is in between K and B. Therefore, we cannot say that mass M is in parallel with K and B. Therefore, same thing it has been written. This is not the case for mass such as that shown in figure A because the difference in forces acting on both sides of a mass is utilized in acceleration. Thus, a mass located between other elements cannot be parallel with them. Why this mass is not parallel with them? Because here on the mass two forces are acting, the spring force Kx and damping force Bdy. Therefore, because of these two forces are acting on the mass, therefore it is utilized in acceleration of the mass, and that's why you can say that this mass, when mass is located in between the two elements, you cannot say that mass is in parallel with these elements. Therefore, a mass located between other elements cannot be in parallel with them. Now we'll consider another diagram. A mass can be in parallel only if it is the last element as shown in figure. Therefore, consider this diagram. Here mass m is at last. There are four coordinates x, y, z and ground. Therefore, between x and y spring k is there, between y and z damper b is there, and at coordinate z this mass m is placed and this force F is acting through all the elements or passes through all the elements. Therefore, here mass is attached at last. Therefore, you can say that mass is in parallel with spring K and damper B. Therefore, for this system, the displacement x is equal to x minus y. It is the displacement of spring, plus y minus z, it is the displacement of damper, y minus z, plus z, it is the displacement of the mass m, which is equal to 1 upon k plus 1 upon bd plus 1 upon md square into f. Therefore, this equation you can write in terms of f is equal to, therefore f is equal to 1 divided by 1 upon k plus 1 upon bd plus 1 upon md square into x. Therefore, you can write down this equation as f is equal to zx. F is equal to zx. Therefore, you can write down z is equal to 1 divided by 1 upon k plus 1 upon bd plus 1 upon md square into x. Now, next point, grounded chair representation. There are two rules or two steps to draw grounded chair representation. First is draw coordinates such that the coordinate at which the force acts is at the top and ground is at the bottom. Second, insert each element in its correct orientation with respect to these coordinates. Therefore, these are two rules we have to apply while drawing grounded chair representation. Therefore, we will see example, then you will understand. Therefore, this is the first example in which two masses are there, m1, m2. Spring K1 is connected to the ground here at one end and it is connected to the mass m1. Mass m1 is having x coordinate. Similarly, spring K and damper B is connected in between m1 and m2 or in between x and y coordinate, and mass m2 is connected at y coordinate and spring K2 is connected to the mass m2 or y coordinate, or and the other end of spring K2 is connected to the ground. Therefore, from this figure we see that there are three coordinates. Now you may be thinking that which three coordinates? First coordinate is x, second coordinate is y, and third coordinate is the ground. Therefore, we will draw its grounded chair representation. Therefore, the coordinates are x, y and ground. Therefore, step 1. Step 1 is carried out by drawing the coordinates as shown in figure B. Therefore, how many coordinates are there? X, Y and ground. Therefore, what we have to do? We have to draw 3 horizontal lines that is indicating coordinate X, this first horizontal line, second horizontal line coordinate Y, and third horizontal line that is indicating ground as the coordinate. And we have to show force F is acting at X coordinate. It has been shown in this figure. Force F is acting at X coordinate. Therefore, we have to show force F is acting at coordinate X. Therefore, this is our first step. Now, second step. In second step, we have to see the elements, because we are going to insert the elements in between X, Y and in between ground, in between these coordinates. Therefore, we must note that for the spring K1 and mass M1, the coordinates are X and ground. For the spring K1 and mass M1, the coordinates are X and ground. Already I have told you that mass always we have to represent with respect to ground. Therefore, this is the diagram. This is the X coordinate line, this is the Y coordinate line, and this is the ground line. Therefore, this mass M1 I have shown here. Mass M1 connecting to the X coordinate, and other end is at the ground. Similarly, spring K1, one end is at the ground, one end is at X coordinate. Therefore, this spring K1 is there. One end is connected to the X coordinate and other end is connected to the ground. This is the second diagram. Now we will insert other elements in this figure step by step. Now, for the spring K and damper, the coordinates are X and Y. Just to see this figure, for the spring K and damper, they are in between X and Y. Therefore, we have to show spring K and damper B in between X and Y. Therefore, this is the diagram. Mass M1, spring K1 as it is. Now, spring K and damper B is in between X and Y as reference with respect to reference to earlier figure. Therefore, draw the here spring K and damper B. The spring K and damper B are in series. Now, at the coordinate Y, which two elements are there? Mass M2 and spring K2. Therefore, finally, for mass M2 and spring K2, the coordinates are Y and ground. Therefore, your final figure is this is your final figure. Spring K2, you have to connect it to the Y coordinate and connecting to the ground, and this mass M2 you have to connect it to the Y coordinate and you have to show it as grounded. Therefore, this completes our grounded chair representation. Now, again same diagram is here. Mass M1, spring K1. Now here mass M1 and spring K1 are in series with these elements. K and B are in series. K2 and M2 are in series, and these four elements, that is K2, M2 and KB, are in parallel. And these are three coordinates: X coordinate, Y coordinate and ground, also one type of coordinate, and force F is acting at X coordinate. Therefore, we will find out the equation relating to force F and displacement X, that is F is equal to Zx. Therefore, from the diagram you can see that M1 and K1 are in series. M1 and K1 are in series. These are the mechanical elements. Always remember, we are now solving the problems of mechanical element. Therefore, M1 and K1 are in series. Therefore, their impedance Z1 is equal to M1D square plus K1. Similarly, spring K and damper B are in series. Therefore, their impedance Z2 is equal to K plus BD. Z2 is equal to K plus BD. Similarly, K2 and M2 are also in series. Therefore, their impedance Z3 is equal to M2D square plus K2. Now we will replace these diagrams by three springs, that is Z1, Z2 and Z3 in next diagram. Therefore, our next diagram is like this. The diagram of Z1, Z2 and Z3 is like this. Z1, it is the impedance of M1 and K1. Z2 is the impedance of K and B, and Z3 is the impedance of K2 and M2. Now from this diagram we are observing that Z2 and Z3 are in parallel. Therefore, from diagram Z2 and Z3 are in parallel. Therefore, their impedance Z4 is given by. Now, when parallel elements are there, how we are writing impedance? Therefore, Z4 is equal to 1 divided by 1 upon Z2 plus 1 upon Z3. Therefore, substitute the values. Z4 is equal to 1 divided by 1 upon K plus BD plus 1 upon K2 plus M2D square. Therefore, this is Z4. Therefore, Z2 and Z3 is replaced by now Z4. Now, next diagram. See that in the next diagram, Z1 will remain same. Z2 and Z3 is replaced by Z4. This force F is acting. This X coordinate is there, and this is now ground coordinate. Now, from diagram we are observing that Z1 and Z4 are in series. Therefore, Z1 and Z4 are in series. Therefore, their equivalent impedance Z is equal to Z1 plus Z4. Therefore, substituting the values, Z is equal to M1D square plus K1 plus 1 divided by 1 upon K plus BD plus 1 upon K2 plus M2D square. Therefore, we will obtain the equation F relating to X as F is equal to Zx. Therefore, substituting the value of Z, F is equal to M1D square plus K1 plus 1 divided by 1 upon K plus BD plus 1 upon K2 plus M2D square into X. Therefore, this is the equation F relating to the X. Now, we will see next example, that is consider the dynamic vibration absorber as shown in the figure A. Therefore, this is the dynamic vibration absorber in which spring K1 is there, damper B is there, which is connected to the ground at one end and connected to the X coordinate at other end. Mass M1 is there, connected to the X coordinate and connected to the ground. Spring K2 is there, it is connected in between X and Y coordinate, or in between M1 and M2, and mass M2 is having Y coordinate. Therefore, in this diagram, how many coordinates are there? 3 coordinates are there: coordinate X, coordinate Y and coordinate ground, and force F is acting at X coordinate. Therefore, we will construct now its grounded chair representation step by step. Step by step I will draw figure one by one, then you will understand. Therefore, what is the first step? Draw the 3 coordinates. How many coordinates are there? X, Y and ground. Therefore, draw the first line, indicate it as X coordinate. Draw the second line, indicate it as Y coordinate, and draw the third line, indicate it as ground. And you have to see at what coordinate force F is acting. Therefore, force F is acting at X coordinate. Therefore, show the force F like this. Now, the coordinate X at which the force F acts is drawn at the top and ground is at the bottom. Therefore, the coordinates for M1, K1 and B are X and ground. Therefore, from the figure, the coordinate for mass M1, spring K1 and damper B are coordinate X and coordinate ground. Therefore, you can show like this. To the coordinate X, connect mass M1 and show it as grounded like this. Again, spring K1 is in between X and ground. Therefore, draw the spring K1 connecting one end to the X coordinate and connecting to the other end connecting to the ground. Similarly, damper B, one end is connected to the X coordinate, one end is connected to the ground. Therefore, show one end is connected to the X coordinate and other end is connected to the ground. And this is Y coordinate line. Now, from the diagram again, it is observed that spring K2 is there. It is in between X and Y coordinate and mass M2 is at Y coordinate. Therefore, next diagram, for K2 the coordinates are X and Y, and finally for M2 the coordinates are Y and ground. Therefore, this completes your grounded chair representation. What we have done? We have drawn spring K2 in between X and Y coordinate and mass M2 is at Y coordinate and ground. This we have to show it as grounded. Therefore, this is your grounded chair representation of the diagram. Therefore, we will find out its equation between relating F and X. Therefore, once again I have drawn the diagram here. Force F is acting at X coordinate. Now, from the diagram, you are observing that M1, K1 and B are in series and this K2 and M2 are in parallel. Therefore, from the diagram, mass M1, spring K1 and damper B are in series. Therefore, their impedance Z1 is equal to M1D square plus BD plus K1. Similarly, spring K2 and mass M2 are in parallel. Therefore, their impedance Z2 is. Now, when elements are in parallel, how we are writing impedance? Z2 is equal to 1 divided by 1 upon K2 plus 1 upon M2D square. Now, therefore, this diagram is replaced by this diagram, that is Z1 is the impedance of this M1, K1 and B, and Z2 is nothing but impedance of K2 and M2. Now, from the diagram we are observing that Z1 and Z2 are in series. Therefore, Z1 and Z2 are in series. Therefore, their equivalent impedance Z is equal to Z1 plus Z2. Therefore, Z is equal to M1D square plus BD plus K1 plus 1 divided by 1 upon K2 plus 1 upon M2D square. We have substituted value of Z1 and Z2 in this equation. Therefore, the equation relating F to X is F is equal to Zx. Therefore, substituting value of Z, F is equal to M1D square plus BD plus K1 plus 1 divided by 1 upon K2 plus 1 upon M2D square into X. Therefore, this same equation I have written here. Now, we will study one problem for the mass spring damper combination shown in figure. Determine the equation relating F and X, the equation relating F and Y, and the equation relating X and Y. Therefore, this is our diagram. K, spring K is there, mass M is there, damper B is there, X, Y and ground, 3 coordinates are there, and this force F passes through all these elements. You cannot say that mass M is in parallel with K and B. This is the same diagram as we have seen earlier. Therefore, we will draw its grounded chair representation first of all, and then we will find out the relation. Therefore solution. The first step is to draw the equivalent grounded chair system in which the motion of the mass with respect to ground is clearly indicated as shown in figure. Therefore this is the grounded chair representation of this diagram. How we have drawn? We have drawn coordinate x line, we have drawn coordinate y line. In between x and y, which element is there? Spring is there. Therefore draw the spring K in between x and y. And all we have seen that mass m always we have to show with respect to ground. Therefore mass m is having two coordinates. It is connected to the two coordinates, that is coordinate y and coordinate ground. Therefore mass m is connected to the coordinate y and it is grounded like this. And damper B is connected to the y coordinate here and to the ground here. Therefore damper B is connected to the y coordinate here and damper B here. Sorry, to the ground here. Damper B is connected to the coordinate y here and to the ground here at the bottom. Therefore this is the grounded chair representation of this diagram. Therefore we will find out relation between f and x and f and y. Now again I have drawn the same diagram. Now from the diagram you are observing that mass m and spring B are in series and these two are in parallel with K. Therefore spring K is in parallel with the series combination of mass m and damper B. The impedance Z of the series combination of mass m and damper B is Z is equal to md square plus bd. Therefore application of the laws for parallel and series element gives f is equal to 1 divided by 1 upon k plus 1 upon z into x. Because this z is there, this impedance will be in series with now spring k, and that's why we have written f is equal to 1 divided by 1 upon k plus 1 upon z into x. Now substituting the value of z here in this equation, we are getting f is equal to 1 divided by 1 upon k plus 1 upon md square plus bd into x. Therefore by simplification f is equal to k into bracket md square plus bd divided by md square plus bd plus k into x. Equation 1. Now the force F is transmitted through the spring and acts upon the series combination of mass m and damper B. Thus the equation of motion for this part of the system which relates F and Y is. Now we have to write down the equation at y coordinate. Now at y coordinate which two elements are there? Mass m and damper B. Therefore this mass m and damper B are in series. Therefore their impedance we have written here, Z is equal to md square plus bd. Therefore F is equal to, you can write down F is equal to md square plus bd into y. Therefore this is the equation 2. Therefore this is the relation between F and Y. Therefore dividing equation 1 by 2 we can obtain relation between x and y. Therefore y is equal to, we are getting finally k divided by md square plus bd plus k into x. Therefore this is the equation between x and y. Therefore we will stop here. In the next lecture we are going to see more examples on grounded chair representation and how to obtain the relation between f and x, f and y, and x and y. Thank you very much.